show you how to make the classic Bolognese sauce, which really just means meat sauce. So this is a very inexpensive recipe and it is delicious. So for this, I use ground beef, sweet Italian sausage, onions, garlic, canned tomatoes. I'm using diced today, but any type of tomato product in this quantity is going to work for you, whether it's tomato sauce or whole peeled tomatoes, whatever you have. Then for the spices, all we need are basil, thyme, oregano, bay leaves, red chili flakes, and salt and pepper. And this is going to be delicious. So let's get started. Okay, let's turn that heat on high. We put our ground beef in first. Next, I'm going to add our sweet Italian sausage. So I like to get the skins off. I just zip it open like a little jacket. Peel it out and just put it in. I'm using 2 pounds of ground beef and 1 pound of Italian sweet sausage. I keep my stove on high because I like to cook fast and get to the point where I'm not babysitting something cooking. So as long as I'm near my stove, I've got that luxury, but when I step away, I know me, I get distracted. So I'm going to turn my stove down when I get away from here. You know, even though it's on high, after I stir it, all that cold beef and the cold Italian sausage takes down that temperature. That slows me down in cooking and that bothers me. So I need as many BTUs as I can get. You're going to continue stirring and kind of break it up. Your goal is to brown your beef. And the reason you brown the beef when you cook is it kind of caramelizes the beef. It adds more flavor. So don't be compelled to stir it the whole time because then nothing's going to brown. It's just going to like boil together. So I flatten this out so it gets all the surface area of my pot while it's cooking. That's going to make more of those granules turn brown. While that's cooking, I'm going to chop 2 onions and add it to the meat. I just put those onions in while that meat is cooking. And I stir it in because I think that meat is starting to brown. Now take a look, it is. We got a little color there, check that out. That's what we want. That's going to bring out the sugars in the meat. That is the trick for the very richest tasting meat sauces and meat dishes. You want a little bit of the brown but not burnt. Break up your meat. Some of those pieces are too fat for me. The next ingredient is we got to put our garlic in there. I stick my knife in there and I twist off the big heads, the bulbs. I'm going to use 3. Pound it. And now the skins come off real fast. So now I'm going to give it a rough chop. Take out the skins as they peel away from the flesh of that garlic. The reason I don't put my garlic in first is because I have browned my garlic too much and that just deadens the flavor for me in a dish. I hate it. I just want it cooked, not browned. It makes it so bitter. Because I've left this pot on high, what's happening is all the moisture in the onions and in the beef is just rising to the surface, allowing the bottom to get that toasty brown color. And that's what I want. So I'm going to use 1 scant tablespoon of salt. Now time to add our pepper. I just do a few grinds. It's only been 10 minutes for me to cook it to this point. So that's what it should be in your kitchen too. It is time to add our tomatoes. If you don't have diced tomatoes, you can use whole peeled tomatoes, crushed tomatoes, even tomato sauce. I am fine with that. I am not going to give you a ticket. Stir that in. I'm going to add my spices now. 2 bay leaves, a tablespoon of basil. Basil doesn't have that much flavor, especially in dried form, so I go for the tablespoon. Oregano is the same way. It doesn't have that much flavor, so for this quantity, 1 tablespoon's good. I want a little pep, so I'm going to take just a pinch of red chili flakes. Beautiful. A tablespoon of thyme. That's my Italian seasoning blend for today. I really want to bring this to a boil and then turn it down to a simmer. So I'm going to put it to medium-high heat. And then once it starts bubbling up, it's going to go down to medium-low heat for a couple of hours because I want that beef to tenderize in that. And that makes it super soft. Okay, Okay, we're gonna fill that pot about halfway up with cold water, and we're gonna bring that to a boil. I relinquish this guy to the corner because this part of my stove has the highest BTUs. He gets put down on medium low. He's fine, he's happy, but I need to work on my pasta now. Front and center. With that, we're gonna add about 1 tablespoon of salt. There we go. While that's cooking, I'm going to skim the fat off my spaghetti sauce. It's time to put our pasta in. That water is boiling. Stir it around so it doesn't stick. I boiled these particular kind of noodles for 11 minutes and they're done now. It's time to drain them. Shake out the excess water, put that over your hot pot, and this is what I'm going to plate it up with. Oh my gosh, I have been waiting for this dish, so I haven't eaten all day. I knew this was coming. Oh my goodness, it is so rich and so thick, and it is so meaty. You know, I like a lot of meat in my Bolognese sauce. Let's top it with shaved Parmesan. Oh my gosh, and you know what? I can't have too much of that. It is time to eat this. Oh my gosh, that is so flavorful. That is perfectly spiced. The meat is delicious. It is really hearty. Those tomatoes have cooked down, so they're really soft. That's awesome. Subscribe to my channel and let's cook some more together. Enjoy your Bolognese sauce and feed your own little army.